Welcome back to the channel for Right Time Watches here in Denver, Colorado. We've got an amazing video lined up for you today on an even more amazing watch. Today is New Grand Seiko Day. We've got in my hands here the SBGJ251, which is the green dial on bracelet from the ever-changing Season series. Before we dig into the details on this awesome wristwatch, we'll invite you to subscribe to the channel so you catch all of our upcoming videos on amazing new releases like this one. The SBGJ251 has a 39.5mm diameter, a 47mm lug-to-lug, is 14.5mm thick, and is inside powered by the Grand Seiko 9S86 Hi-Beat automatic GMT movement. The ever-changing Seasons collection pays tribute to the year's 24 seasonal phases, otherwise known as the sekki in Japanese. This is the Shunbun, which is one of those transitional seasons. This particular phase takes place in the spring, so the green dial and the rose gold accents are reminiscent of springtime. As with most Grand Seiko watches, the dial really is the star of the show. You can see here that we've got a beautiful deep green that's close to a forest green, and when you look closely, you've got a little bit of a texture on that dial. Of course, we have high-polished, razor-sharp indices and hands on this beautiful watch, and you see that we've got a very smooth sweeping seconds hand with that Hi-Beat movement. A Grand Seiko logo is just beneath the 12 o'clock, and you'll see that beneath the indices, we've got a 24-hour timing for that GMT hand. A nicely executed date window and the GMT hand accent this dial perfectly, with rose gold accent. The watch is as good looking as it is impressive. This watch comes in stainless steel and has many different polished and brushed surfaces throughout the case and the bracelet. You'll see that we have a beautiful polished bezel surrounding the domed sapphire crystal. The side of the case here gets us a look at this magnificent Zaratsu polishing. It's almost a perfect mirror surface, even on the curved sides of the case. This side view also gives us a view of the absolutely magnificent sapphire crystal covering the top of this watch. You'll see here on the crown side a lovely Grand Seiko signature, and a look at these lugs from the side show that there's a nice curvature that angles downward into the bracelet, making this a very wearable timepiece. The bracelet feels high quality and is well finished with a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces. The Grand Seiko signature here on the buckle looks luxurious, and as you open it up you see a beautiful milled deployant clasp, very well manufactured and feels secure. This watch has a beautiful see-through case back, and you can get a look at that 9S86 automatic Hi-Beat movement. The rotor is customized and beautiful and very well finished, as is the remainder of the movement. But the finishing is not what's as impressive about this movement. The specs and performance are really what make this the star of the show. The Hi-Beat designation means that this watch is vibrating at 36,000 vibrations per hour, as opposed to a more standard 28,800. The result is a stunningly smooth sweep of the seconds hand, which you can see here when looking at the dial of the watch. The Hi-Beat also gives us the opportunity for greater accuracy within this automatic movement. On top of all that, they've added a GMT function for tracking a second time zone, one of the most useful complications in watchmaking. The finishing on all the surfaces of this watch are absolutely remarkable. If you have a thing for high polished surfaces, which I certainly do, then this watch will strike a chord with you as it has with me. This watch falls in the Grand Seiko Elegance collection, as you can see from the design, but it's also worth noting that this is very much a dress watch and should be kept pretty far away from water. This watch looks amazing on the wrist. It's a fantastic proportion that sits evenly in the center of my 8-inch wrist, and will definitely be wearable for much smaller wrists than my own when considering that shorter 47mm lug-to-lug and this beautiful dress styling. Aside from the water resistance, this is going to be a very versatile piece. Because it's on a bracelet, it's going to look great with a t-shirt and jeans, but will also look amazing when you're wearing it with more formal attire. I think this is a total home run, and when you add in the fact that it's a Hi-Beat GMT, the usefulness and accuracy are going to make this a great option for most people. With green dials being all the rage in the watch industry today, and with Grand Seiko being such a high riser, I can see this being a total hit in the industry. If you don't like the green, however, there are going to be several other variants of this watch to follow, and hopefully we'll be able to put those up on the channel soon as well. It's truly difficult to put into words how magnificent these watches are, and this brand new series of ever-changing seasons is another example in a long line of amazing watches from the brand. If you'd like to purchase this watch or any of our others, please visit us at righttime.com or give us a call. We're always happy to help. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time at Right Time.